Back to follow-up segment tonight. As we mentioned in the Talking Points memo, there was much media hysteria on display last night during the election coverage.
There is an underlying racism that we can't get away from that is a big part of this story. And also questions about can a woman be president of the United States right now? But the underlying racism, that was the theme, the idea of nativism, the idea of walling ourselves off in this country. This is now going to become policy in some ways.
And joining us now from Miami, the purveyor, BernardGoldberg.com, Mr. Goldberg. So give me your assessment of the media landscape.
Well, that soundbite from Carl Bernstein and a lot of the others that you played in the talking points, these are liberal commentators and analysts. And there's a tendency among liberal elites to see America through a dark lens. They often see racism and sexism, sometimes where it exists, and very often where it doesn't exist, where they just imagine it. So they figure Hillary Clinton lost. How could that be? It couldn't be because the voters rejected her liberal policies. It couldn't be because they rejected Barack Obama's liberal legacy. What is it? It must be, as Carl Bernstein said, the underlying racism and sexism in America. I just don't think it's very deep analysis, frankly.
No, I think it's pretty dopey myself. But here, you spent part of your career embedded in that world when you worked for the Dan Rather broadcast and this and that. The hatred on the left is certainly equal to the hatred on the right. And people in various websites say the most revolting, disgusting things about people with whom they disagree. And they accuse them of everything. I mean, they're just way, way over the top with the slander and the libel. Yet, a Carl Bernstein or a Cokie Roberts would never, ever criticize them. Why?
Yeah, that's an excellent point. If it even needs to be said, I know you know this, and I know Donald Trump's loyal supporters know this. I'm no fan of Donald Trump, okay? I think he's too thin-skinned. I think he's too vindictive. I think he craves adulation way too much, okay? I want to be on the record with that. But you're absolutely right. They pick and choose what they criticize, and they'll criticize what they see as bigotry, but they won't criticize, let's be specific. You have a bunch of black protesters marching out there calling for people to shoot and kill cops. I don't see them getting all upset about that.
No, they're not upset about it. They justify it. They justify it in certain ways.
Right.
So, okay, let's throw those people overboard for the rest of the segment. Martha Raddatz, worked with her at CVB in Boston, brilliant reporter, hard-working individual. One of ABC's top-line reporters, global affairs correspondent. There couldn't have been a more anti-Trump person on ABC News last night than Martha Raddatz, and she is a reporter, Bernie. Explain that to me.
I would think, I don't want to get picky here, but I think they would say in her role on election night, she's an analyst.
Well, how can you do that? How can you do that?
You know,
I mean, she's the chief global correspondent. So now, all of a sudden, she's Puff. She's O'Reilly. I mean, come on. You can't do that. And she was a debate moderator. She was a debate moderator.
Well, let's look at what she said. She said, let's remember what the Trump supporters are voting for. He asked for a ban on Muslims, build a wall. He offended Mexicans, the disabled, lashed out at a Gold Star family, and there was the Access Hollywood tape. Martha would say, tell me, Bill, what did I get wrong there?
Here's what I would say. You're Martha,
That
okay?
is a factual statement.
You're Martha. Did you go down the Hillary Clinton litmus test?
Exactly.
Did you go down? Hey, obviously your favorite wants late-term abortions up until the day the baby's born? Did you go down that list?
I want to make clear, this is the most important point, and you're making it. I personally, as a journalist, have no problem when the press is as tough and as hard as it wants to be on Donald Trump. I have no problem with that. My problem is precisely what you said.
As long as they're fair about it.
Right. They're not even interested in her position on late-term abortion.
That's right. As long as you have two lists. But she was there, Ms. Raddatz was there, to promote the candidacy of Hillary Clinton. And it's wrong. If she wants to be a commentator, I'll have her on this program all day long. But don't tell me you're a chief global correspondent and then pull that. That's bull. Bernie Goldberg, everybody.